Hi viewers, in this video we'll discuss about loading optimization techniques in Spring Boot applications. Before that I introduce myself, I'm Shankar. I'm working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Let's see the video topic, loading optimization techniques in Spring Boot applications. In Spring Boot and Spring Boot JPA or Hibernate, the loading optimization techniques usually refers to how data is fetched from the database and how to avoid performance bottlenecks like n plus 1 queries, unnecessary eager loading, or too many joins. Here, main techniques has been given. Initially, we'll give the first technique is how to use proper fetch strategies. In this, we have two types of fetching strategies. One is eager loading and another one is lazy loading. Eager loading, we need to specify fetch type dot eager. It loads related entities immediately, and also it can cause performance issues if you don't always need the data. The second one is lazy loading. So here we need to specify that fetch type dot lazy. It loads the related entities only when accessed. So it's better optimization since it avoids loading unnecessary data. And the second one is use join, join fetch to avoid n plus 1 problem. The example is n plus 1 problem. Fetching a list of students with course. In Hibernate, it runs one query for students plus n queries for courses. The solution is at query, select S from student S, join fetches S dot courses. So it retrieve or find all student data with the courses. Next, use D2 projection for custom queries. Instead of fetching full entities, it fetches only required fields into D2s. For example, if you consider the previous query, it retrieve all fields from the table. But if you want to specifically, we need to retrieve a specific field means we can go to these types of D2 projections. So here you just look at here in at query annotation, we have given that select new com.example.dto student dto of sid comma sname. So instead getting all the fields from the students, we are specifically filtered only student id and name from the students. The next list student dto find all the student dtos, which means that it finds all the data but it retrieved only two field of data, that is student id and name. So it improves the performance by avoiding unnecessary data hydration. And the third one is batch fetching. The Hibernate can load associations in batches instead of one by one. For example, if you are retrieving a data if from the table, if the table contains hundreds of data, the hundred of data has been retrieved one by one. So instead of retrieving one by one, we can able to get batch data like 10, 20, 30, whatever we want. So as of this example, here at entity, at batch size is equal to 20, which means that the entity name is student. So from the students, whenever we have a query, the data is retrieved with the size of 20 by 20. For that, we need to specify spring.jpa properties dot hibernate dot default underscore batch underscore fetch underscore size is equal to 20. So in properties also we can set this property is equal to 20 means the data will be retrieved like 2020 as, which means that 20 as a batch of data. And fifth one is pagination. We know very well. So when we having large data sets in the database, we can use paginations. For that, here we need to write code in the controller file like page student find all page comma page or pageable object. We need to pass the value. For that, we need to specify the page size and page number, everything. So for that, we need to write a business logic also in the service layer. In service layers, we need to specify that page students is equal to student repository dot find all. So page request of 0 comma 50, which means that it's retrieve 50 records as a page. And the sixth one is second level catch and query catch. So here the Hibernate supports catching to reduce repetitive database calls. In the first level catch, it works with the per session by default. The second level cache, it's shared across the all the sessions. And third one is query cache, it query results. So for this, we need to enable the application properties like spring.jp.properties.hibernate.catch.use second level catch is equal to true. So similarly, query catch equal to true. And the seventh one is entity graphs. So it use the JPA entity graph to specify fetch the plans dynamically. So one example is given for entity graph attribute path is courses. So at query, select S from the student S. So it retrieve all the data from the student table. So we can find with the courses based on the students. And the eighth one is optimizing indexes in the database. So we can add indexes on frequently queried columns. So for this, we should use at column with at index in JPA if schema is generated. So example is at table of indexes is equal to at index of column list is email. Okay, thank you all for watching this lecture series. Thank you.